Hello and welcome to Leadership Insight, where today it's about leading with diversity in the new year. Do not forget to like and subscribe from whatever platform you are viewing us from or from whatever podcast you are listening to us from. Greetings again, everyone, and a welcome. Today, let's concentrate on how leaders can bring lessons of diversity into the new year as we get ready to enter 2025. And building on last week's leadership insight, today we're going to look at how diversity will create conditions for innovation, inclusivity, and leadership excellence going forward. Last week, it was about leading through the holidays, embracing cultural diversity. We covered the representation of traditions and building those bridges through shared values. If you missed it, please make sure that you go back and check that out. A very important fact about diversity: companies with above average diversity in their leadership teams make 19% more money from new ideals than organizations with below average diversity. So, did you hear that? Companies with more diversity in their leadership, that's 19% more money. It's important. Do not sleep on diversity. I don't care what they're saying in the news reports. Do not. You hear me, people? Do not sleep on having a diverse workforce. A diverse workforce brings a range of ideals and skills and experience to the table, which encourages that creativity and new ways of handling problems. You do not always want people to always think just like you. When we're talking about diversity, even in thought, people from different backgrounds, different cultures, different areas bring nuances that you can't do from just where you are. It is so important to make sure that you are surrounded by a diverse group of people. And that's not just in your workplace. Listen, people, you need a diverse group of people in your own circle. Now, that was for free. Well, all of it's for free, but I'm just saying. When we're talking about diversity, it's going to bring forth better financial performance. Organizations that are inclusive are more likely to do better financially than their competitors because teams with that variety of people on them make them better and they make more informed decision. When we're talking about diversity, it brings in and keeps good employees. Workers are drawn to places where they feel represented and respected, which makes for a more engaging workforce, and they're more likely to stay with that particular organizations. Leaders who value differences not only make their workplaces more interesting, but they also set their companies up for long-term success. Today, we're going to focus on two areas, and that is going to be diversity as a catalyst for innovation and honoring diversity to build trust. Sometimes I share a story. Before I became a leader, I was lucky enough to work on a team that valued diversity and variety in all of their projects. Now, the experience for me was a life changing, hearing different points of view that led to new ideals. I even felt seen. And how many of you out there go to work every day and you're just like, did you not hear my ideal? Did I not make sense? Did it just talk? I'm just ignoring me. And I say this because I am a coach and I hear this, and not just being a coach. I have walked in the shoes of, hold on, I just said that. How did they just take my ideal? I have walked in the shoes of, did you not hear me? And I'm saying this because it represents me and it also represents so many of you out there. But for me, in this particular story, it was like eye-opening to be able to be heard and to look around the room and know that everyone is sharing. It's such a powerful thing. Now, this experience taught me more about, oh, I know what I want to be. It's kind of like that saying, do you know what you want to be when you grow up? That was such a profound leadership intrigue for me, if you will. I learned that variety isn't just a word. So when we're talking about diversity, so we're talking about a little variety, a little light, a little spice of a life. It's not just a word. It's a way to grow forward, to be creative, to be successful. True leadership means creating a space where everyone feels welcome to share their thoughts, where no one is afraid to speak up, and where different points of view come together to make something that's a new and groundbreaking. And as a coach, I use these lessons to show other people how diversity can change things. People and groups that I have worked with, they have been able to learn to value those different experiences and points of view that they bring to the table, that someone else brings to the table. And together we are able to find that unique benefits where diversity brings, such as sparking new ideas and making people feel like they belong and are included. Diversity is important. And it's important to me because it leads to future success in projects and groups and to my own growth. Our first point that we're going to talk about, diversity as a catalyst for innovation. Think about this: new year, new ideals, and embracing different cultural backgrounds brings a variety of perspectives and approaches to problem solving. This diversity can inspire fresh, groundbreaking strategies that might not have been considered if everyone looks and sounds just like you. By fostering an inclusive environment, we can unlock new ways of thinking that drive innovation. And then we also need to learn from the past, taking time to reflect on our successes and our failures from the previous year is crucial and critical. Diversity enables teams to look at challenges from various angles. Now, we're able to look at challenges from various angles without the egos, because when you create a safe space, then people will not feel like they're being picked on. So if I ran a project and maybe there were some hiccups in the project, if I know that I'm in a safe space, I can talk about the hiccups within the project. You can talk about the hiccups within the project without me being defensive, without people being defensive. That is why you need to create a safe space. And it is important that we learn from the past. Diversity, again, it enables teams to look at the challenges from different angles, leading to a richer understanding of what tactics worked well and what didn't. And this collective insight helps to make more informed decisions for the future, and it helps you to avoid repeating mistakes. And then we want to also encourage police. Now, depending on the particular work environment, you may or may not be able to encourage risk taking. And it really does depend. Certain environments, this is just not going to be for you because your risk taking in some of your work may not align with your organization. Some production based things, it just depends. But when you can, leaders, when you can encourage risk taking, diverse teams are more inclined to be creative when they are allowed to take a risk. In a supportive environment where different points of views are valued, team members feel empowered to propose bold ideas and explore new solutions. This willingness to embrace uncertainty is vital for the growth and success of your organization. And it also allows organizations to adapt and thrive in an ever changing landscape. And again, I understand for some people, You have to figure out how to empower your people to take risk in certain areas. And that also could be maybe you allow them to reduplicate something or to do a mock of something in a simulated format. So maybe you can't allow them to do risk on the spot, but you sure can allow them to do it in a simulated environment. And you may find out there's a process that could change that they were able to show you, but they showed you in a simulated environment. That's why it's important. You may want to do that in a simulated environment. Do whatever you can do to encourage your people to take risk. And our second point, honoring diversity to build trust. Authentic leadership, building a safe space, commitment to equity. Now, when we're talking about authentic leadership, leaders who generally embrace diversity not only show their true selves, but they create an environment where teams feel valued. And I don't know a person that does not, or that's in a team environment that doesn't want to feel valued. I haven't heard people walk around saying, "Child, no, I don't want to feel valued. Oh, yeah, I'm in this group, but n- I don't even want my voice heard at all." Now, I've seen groups where you may not necessarily want to work on the project. Now, I get that part. But listen, leaders, I haven't seen a person in a group that says, "Mm, I don't want to feel valued. I want you to make me feel as smart as you possibly can." Yeah, no, that's not what we hear. So we need leaders to make sure you are showing up authentically. Authentic leadership. Listen, we need you to show up and embrace diversity. This authenticity helps to build trust and mutual respect within your team. When leaders are open about their own experiences, their own challenges, and their perspectives, it encourages others to do the same, leading to rich conversation and stronger relationships. Just make sure you don't cross certain boundaries when you're doing this. And then it's about making sure that we're building a safe space. I spoke about this earlier. As we look forward to a new year, it is so important to prioritize creating this welcoming environment in the workplace. A safe space is one where everyone feels comfortable about sharing their ideals. You're not going to make someone feel bad because they shared something and you're like, it's dumb. No, that is not what we do. That is not encouraging, period. Okay. It just isn't. You want that environment. You want to create an environment where if someone even said an ideal that was said 10 minutes ago, that it's still welcoming. That is a good ideal. Just put it on the board, okay? Don't call people out like that. Make your space feel safe and check others that are creating an environment that isn't safe. So if someone else is calling someone else's ideal dumb or whatever the terminology you want to use, leader, I'm going to need you to check that person as well. Do it in a respectful manner. You can do that in a respectful manner. If that is something or an area that you struggle in, I would highly recommend that you work with a coach or work with a mentor. Definitely don't explore that without working with someone because you do not want to damage your team. A safe space is where everyone, again, feels comfortable to be able to share their ideals and their opinions and experiences without the worry of being judged or marginalized. Leaders can promote this by actively encouraging input from all team members and recognizing the value of the different viewpoints. And then in honoring diversity to build trust, our third point is going to be commitment to equity. Diversity goes beyond just having a mix of different people. It's also about ensuring that everyone has fair access to opportunities and resources. In the new year, leaders should focus on creating equitable processes for hiring, promotion, and professional development. This means acknowledging systematic barriers and working proactively to remove them, ensuring that every team member has a chance to succeed and thrive. By strengthening these pillars, leadership, safe spaces, and equity, we can build a more inclusive, trusting workplace for everyone. Now, as we close out this year and look forward to the next, let's commit to building with diversity at the forefront. Diversity drives innovation, it builds trust, it ensures a stronger, more inclusive workplace. I would like to end with a quote. Being a leader doesn't mean always doing things the same way. It means learning from others' differences and making sure that everyone has a say in the future. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for joining me today. And here's to a new year filled with growth, respect, and opportunity for all. I'll leave you with this thought. Diversity is not about how we differ. Diversity is about embracing one another's uniqueness. Have a wonderful start to the new year. Join me in February for more incredible insights. You deserve nothing but the best. It's my goal to ensure that you move to your next level. Let's take your career to new heights together. Happy New Year and see you in February.